Hello there, I'm Michelle Bernard, and we're back together again for the last reading of Lean, Happy, Healthy You, 8 Healthy Habits for Her Happy Life. This is the book that I wrote in 2016, and it is pertinent today. Everything in this book can be used today. I hope that you've been listening to all of the 10 previous videos. Take your time, get the book, listen, let me read the book to you. You will recall that I said in the last few videos, I think I said in 8, 9, and 10, that I skipped a very large section. I skipped part of your body of exercise in through the main events. I skipped. The main events are your fuel, your macronutrients, carbs, proteins, and fats, and how important each of them are and why they're important. I skipped an area about the green mustache, and that is what you would call a smoothie, but I say put a few green vegetables in with maybe one fruit and water, and it's a green mustache. And so I skipped reading that part, and instead I gave you the gist on the reading on nutritious boosts. Snack is a 4-letter word, you remember, and I gave you crazings, and we know that that's your cheat meal. 1 cheat meal for the first 5 months, and then after an ongoing 2 cheat meals per week. And it's a cheat item. It can be a meal. Sometimes I told you I would have like hot wings about this big, or a brownie, or a cake, and it's one thing, and it's once a week for the first 5 months, twice a week, ongoing. The rest of the time you're eating clean, and I explain that in the book, Eating Clean. All right, so I want you to read that. I skipped all of that because I want to get to this part where I feel like I'm really talking to you and helping you get your healthy habits for your mind and your healthy habits for your heart really, really rooted into your being. So we're going to the next section. Just want to say to you, Paper Coach, that I keep asking you if you've gotten yet. You can get this on Amazon, and there's always links to these things right here below and my websites, or direct links. This Paper Coach, I know that I don't need to show you the inside because you've been looking at all the other videos where I've already done this. But if you're watching out of order, there it is. It's 7 weeks of journaling, tracking your meaningful feelings, tracking your aims, your body aims, your wellness aims, your work and life aims. Lots of logs. So it's a journal and log, otherwise known as jog. And then one for tweens and teens called whatever, a journal for the stuff I think. And I wrote this: having a journal is stupid, except when it's not. You can see here, I've written a book also beyond words about journaling. I don't have it here, it's over there. I'll have to look for it. But you can read all about how I started journaling and why it's so good for you. And that's also on Amazon and in a link. But kids have always said, and even myself, I was like, it's stupid to use a journal. It's stupid. Yet I was addicted to journaling, and I still am. So it's not quite stupid, but it is confronting and very good for you if you want to grow. So those are the journals, logs. We're moving on with the book. Find a tribe that aligns with your vibe. So it goes that you must uphold your boundaries around your sacred workout schedule. Remember advanced schedule? Live your quality decision to be healthy and fit. Of course, you expect your loved ones and friends to cheer your evolution. Yeah, maybe they will. It would be ideal, but that might not happen. Perhaps some OPOs, other people's opinions, perhaps some OPOs aren't ready or willing to uproot their old beliefs. They might not be ready to see you dump yours either. However, You need to have someone in your camp to light your fire and cook up weekly inspiration that feeds into your success. You've got to find someone who fervently supports your agenda and your opinion. Someone who agrees that getting fit and healthy is the dealio. You will be more successful sustaining fat loss if you have company. You need support. Arnold Schwarzenegger had a trainer. Serena Williams, this says had a trainer. Don't go it alone. Find a tribe that aligns with your vibe. Do you remember Elliot and Anna from my fat loss journey? Well, years after I moved away from my soothsayer Elliot and my aerobic chief Anna, I met Crystal. She was my first aerobic teacher in New York City, who eventually became my boss. Goss was the trainer who coached me to grow stronger than I'd ever been. They held me to high standards of success. I gathered workout buddies along my path like Norma and Cecilia, two fierce lifters in the weight room. I have always kept magazine clippings and saved videos from a crew of torchbearers, including Jackie Joyner-Kersee, I've met her also, Monica Brandt, Serena Williams, and Brandon Carter. I'm laughing. Today, several fitness instructors and students make up the tribe that pushes me to physical excellence. I just want to tell you, when I wrote this book, the ladies that I still am close to, that were in my classes, that were strewn throughout the class, lined the front row, they gave me so much energy and power in return for what I was giving. I'm the teacher, but they were giving me so much energy and power. They were teaching me. Anchor your tent with support from one or all of these relationships. Now, this is what I tell everyone. What you need is a teacher, a trainer, or a friend. This is what you need to make sure that you can live healthy. A teacher, a trainer, or a friend. This is the support. A teacher. Someone whose message fans your flame. Someone who knows you, sees your skills, and inspires you to express them. A trainer. Someone who sets the compass to keep you on course toward your goals. Someone who crafts a plan that holds you to the highest standard while moving you to visualize and speak yourself into your goal. Let me tell you something. When I teach and train people, I hold a very high standard. And my students know that. I'm very picky about form, about where your hands are. I'm very picky about counting. Thank you, Crystal. I told you she was my first aerobic instructor in New York. Crystal was bad. Okay? Crystal used to put on house music. She would have a hot chocolate. Crystal was fit. She would get us going with this house music. We were in there like we were in a discotheque in the middle of the morning. This house music on, and she would go 8, 7, 6, and we would just count them out, and and we would count them out, and I was like, I'm taking that, Crystal. So when I lived in New York, I got all my music from the Village at Rebel, which they closed, from DJ Relentless. He's still online right now, best DJ. I got all my music, house music from the Village, DJ Relentless, and I make every student count to this day because of Crystal, because that was bad. All right, high standard, trainer, teacher, trainer, a friend, a buddy, a workout partner who challenges you as well as shares the reward when the two or group of you tick off your progress points and reach your meaningful goals. Make certain your teacher, trainer, and or friend raises a set of expectations that take you beyond your comfort zone. I don't play. When I work with people, I don't minimize and I don't play. No one gets hurt either. But I make everyone set a vision and they know what my vision is, which is high standard. Good form, consistency, and belief. Make sure they help you safely execute, that's what I just said, safely execute the 8 habits of health and fitness. They must support your new normal and celebrate your wins. All you need is, you don't have to accept it if it's not love. All you need is love. This is especially your message if you're new to following an exercise and health plan, or if you haven't been able to sustain your fat loss journey. In the summer of 2000, I decided to train for a bodybuilding show. I knew the decision would come as a shock to many who knew me. I've come from an entertainment background. I performed on stages all over the country before becoming a personal trainer in 1997. My tribe of friends and family knew me as an artist, a performer, a singer, turned aerobic, yoga, and fitness trainer. My muscle career seemed radical to the people who knew me in the past, and I agree it was. Few could conceive of me as an athlete. I didn't fit the profile of a heavy lifter, despite making a living as a personal trainer. And you remember this from the first and second videos, mostly the second video. The year I prepared for my bodybuilding show, I told few people. I have a habit of that. I don't tell everybody my goals and plans. I have a lot of faith and a lot of courage, and I don't need a lot of feedback from people who are afraid. I told few people. I picked a couple clients and 3 fellow trainers to confide in. Mind you, I was training like a wild woman, first gaining muscle all winter, then leaning out by April. My abs were totally ripped. My back was a muscle anatomy chart. I was doing chin-ups, an exercise women didn't readily do in my gym. I was napping during breaks at work. These are all the things bodybuilders do, yet no one asked me why I was doing them. I guess they thought I was preparing for Cancun. Hilarious. I won my first bodybuilding show in June of 2000. Most of the trainers from my health club came to see me. I hadn't told them about the contest until the week of the show. Why did I keep my show a secret? I didn't want input. I feared most of my community would have been OPOs, other people's opinions. I was correct about that. I announced my second show 9 weeks later. I announced it, and it was 9 weeks later. I got tons of unsolicited advice and opinion. Just as I'd expected, OPOs will interject their feedback. You see, before I did my first show in June, I was terrified. Absolutely terrified. I didn't know if I'd have the discipline to sustain my training regimen. I was scared I wouldn't be able to burn off the cellulite from my legs. I didn't know how to pose properly yet. I didn't know what my body would be able to do. It was enough of a challenge for me to set new goals of mind and heart and persevere despite my own programmed fears. I didn't need questions and opinions to rattle my focus. So I only told people I knew for sure would affirm my personal love truths and meaningful feeling goals. I chose people who supported me. I chose people who would not distract me. No, I chose people who supported the vision I had for myself, or better. I chose people who would not distract me because their vibe matched mine. And to this day, when I aim to manifest something that scares me, even a little, I only tell people who will encourage my vision. No OPOs or OPAs allowed in my head. If you know me well, all my life I've been like that. I do not allow OPOs and OPAs in my head. Your opinion, if it's not encouraging my vision, keep it to yourself, because it has to do with you. It doesn't have to do with me. And I implore you to think about this, to think about, find people who have your vibration, who align with your vision, or you know are going to support your vision. Don't just let everybody have it. Okay?
especially if you have a little fear about it. There is somebody in your world who will definitely cheer you on. Find this person. Do your best not to let your internal power get diffused by negative opinions, lack of belief, and discouragement from folks who are more scared than you. Remain silent around doubters. What they share with you is debilitating. Surround yourself with a tribe of warriors, period. My quote, you don't need everybody, but you do need somebody. Me. We're almost there. Make peace with time. This is a good one. Please listen to this. It's a very good one. No matter how excited you are to achieve your goals, remain steady. Don't be deterred by slow progress. The bathroom scale will display your efforts best it can, but the other 4 methods for measuring fat loss and health are more reliable. You heard about that in the last videos. Stay diligent. It takes time and consistency to strengthen your muscles and acclimate your body to shorter, intense cardio and strength training workouts, which means over time you can work out harder with a shorter amount of time in the workout. Within 6 months to a year, you'll be able to handle higher levels of intensity in a shorter session. When you first start the ritual, you'll see immediate results. At the 8 to 12 week mark, you might hit a slowdown, a plateau. You'll worry why your body's not changing anymore, but it is. Sometimes a plateau means you're in a maintenance phase and you need to up-level your workout intensity for more changes to occur. Fat loss plateaus are common and they'll come around more than once. Lady, your body has a set point weight range of 2 to 3 pounds that it'll try to remain loyal to. That's why when you get on the scale, it goes, you're up 2 pounds, you're down 3 pounds, you're up a pound, you're down 2 pounds, you're up. This is the result of homeostasis, the body's way of resisting radical change for survival purposes. Your system does its best to remain stable against major health situations. Otherwise, getting a simple cold could be a death sentence. The fat loss sticking point usually happens when your body reaches its set point weight range. Consistent exercise with a gradual increase in intensity, along with the healthy fuel plan, will alter your body composition and lower your set point weight range. Keep going. It'll lower it over months, though. It won't lower it right away. Keep going. There's another set point that isn't discussed much, but if you don't acknowledge that it exists, it can thwart your progress. You have a mental set point. It'll try to put a cap on how far you can take your goal. Ironically, this set point shakes up when you experience positive results. Zoe hadn't weighed herself in 3 months. She dried the sweat from her forehead, wrapped herself in a towel, and stepped out of the steam room. The scale was near the showers. She stepped onto it. 142. Zoe ate her regular meal in the car, a small bowl of lentils with pickled cabbage, avocado, and quinoa. On the way home, she stopped for frozen yogurt. She changed her mind and ordered 3 scoops of coffee ice cream. The next day, Zoe was overcome by the smell of her mother's homemade lasagna. She helped herself to 3 heaping squares. Zoe took a 30-minute walk with her sister after dinner. The next day, she worked out before class at the university gym instead of the local gym. After her class, she planted herself at a burger pub on campus to study. She ordered a cheddar cheeseburger with sweet potato fries, a meal she hadn't ordered in over 6 months. Zoe got sleepy. She left the pub after an hour. She couldn't figure out why she was tired and craving so many fattening foods day after day. she realized she was battling the cravings. Immediately, she started journaling about her feelings. She decided to return to practicing the 8 habits of the RYDER. That evening, she made a delicious, lean, and green meal, which you'll read about in the food part, in the fuel part. Do you understand what just happened to Zoe? I'm going to explain it to you. Zoe had successfully practiced the RYDER for 6 consistent months. What made her snap into the cravings? Do you understand what happened? Zoe did not overeat because she felt deserving of extra cheat meals. She didn't treat herself to a burger and fries simply because she was stressed over her homework. Zoe was challenged by her accomplishment. Her weight. She unconsciously rejected her new normal. Zoe sought to distance herself from acknowledging her new normal weight of 142. She hadn't been at that weight since her first year of high school. Zoe was instantly afraid she'd never be able to maintain it. Her unconscious fear drove her appetite up. She craved a way to relieve the pressure. Her fear made her hungry to gain weight. Unworthiness is a limitation that can keep you from your happiness. If something has been particularly difficult, you might fuse onto the belief that you don't deserve to have that thing. You deserve health and happiness, regardless of your past, regardless of your genes, and regardless of what anybody else thinks. Practice your love truth visualization and meditation and see yourself in a new way, in the way that your heart has defined you, not the world, not your life, not reason, and not your fear. Squirrel. You're putting your groceries in the fridge. A stock of fresh fuel for the week. You feel so good about yourself till you check Facebook. 2 friends from high school you weren't actually friends with have posted a video about how they lost 20 pounds in 12 days on a peach and pear diet. Squirrel. On YouTube, some hot redhead with no fat anywhere is doing 1,000 crunches using a purple contraption. Squirrel. Your buddy from work is taking 6 pink pills with a special breakfast flatbread and has lost 28 pounds this month. Squirrel. Fat-defying fitness contraptions and miracle pills are big business. The lordships of infomercial land promote a new weight loss thingy every crescent moon phase. It can be tempting to collect all of them because, for rascal's sake, you want to look Photoshop good in real life. Don't get vaporized into a black hole of, I could lose weight faster without working out, without giving up fast food, with my eyes totally closed, by eating whatever and whenever and whatever I want. Too many fitness and diet programs swirling in your head at once will surely buzzkill your confidence. Stay focused so you don't become hypnotized by slick marketing, handing you the line that you can literally do nothing and still lose fat. That's a squirrel. You never catch it, Fido. Focus on one program at a time. Focus on one program that is holistic and sustainable as a lifestyle. Because if it isn't, you won't live healthy beyond a few hungry weeks. If you've seen the animated movie Up, I love that movie, you understand the squirrel reference. If you haven't, squirrel is a distraction. The next thing I'm going to tell you might make you cry. It could make you so mad you've read this far that you slam the remaining pages down on your innocent thumb. Or maybe you'll simply swallow hard and say, "Bring it on, Michelle. I'm ready to feel good in my life." You ready? This is the end. But this is the last thing I got to tell you. From this point on, you are not going to lose fat, get fit, and sustain a healthy lifestyle by traveling an easy road. I kind of told you this at the beginning. Here's why. From this day on, you're not going to be able to do what everybody else is doing. You'll have to be more conscious than you were before. You'll have to be mindful to put down old habits and pick up new ones. You're going to have to automate some of your daily decisions to avoid being confounded by life's temptations. Do you remember the conversation from the beginning of this book? I'm so glad I wrote all this in here. You know what? I transformed from a hopeless, pudgy non-believer who was sure exercise would not work for me to becoming an excitedly fit, healthy, aware, and gloriously disciplined woman. Yet, each and every week, I must still remind myself, "Oh, you can do this, Michelle. You are worth it, Michelle." It's enticing to think about eating whatever I want, to start skipping workouts, to binge on cookie dough while I watch the last 3 seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race. Actually, I want to watch seasons 6 and 7. I love those seasons. I've seen them all. I still have wandering eyes for a brownie or 3. But once I get my imagination away from the flirty fudge and glimpse my meaningful vision, I remember what matters. I'd rather feel like a super queen of the world than pissed because everything in my closet doesn't zip anymore the way I used to feel. I can't wait. I can wait for my cheat meal to eat that brownie anyway. As much as I've grown to love what exercise does for my body, if I'm scheduled to work out alone, I still have a conversation with myself to try to get out of it. Now, I wrote this in 2016. I don't really have these conversations anymore. I'm going to be honest with you. I wrote this in 2016. It's 2025 when I'm reading it. I don't have those conversations anymore. At 56, I wake up ready to work out. I already know what it's done for me for menopause. I hardly have any symptoms. I have so much energy. I feel so healthy. Now, I am a believer. But in 2016, I was still a little arm wrestling. I trust myself again. Oh, but after 3 minutes of chin-ups, I feel like a champion. I trust myself again. I'm proud of myself again. I admire my grit again. I believe in my vision again. I think you might be like me. You have a voice inside that course corrects your impulses. You have a voice that will ask why you chose to eat 2 bowls of cereal before bed and why you'd skip the Saturday morning workout to watch another episode of Dexter. That voice inside is not scolding you. She's the voice of your visionary. She's your hope. She's your heart. She'll never leave you, even if you hush her. Try to hush her, even if you go against her. Align with your voice, and you will find your freedom. The voice will tell you who you must become in order to lose the fat, keep it off, and live a healthy life in mind and body. You are special enough worthy enough, and creative enough to succeed. You are special enough, worthy enough, and creative enough to succeed at your fitness and wellness goals. Trust my voice too. Transform your mind, body, and your life by demonstrating healthy habits. HABIT. H, harness your creative mind. A, abandon your barriers. B, bring a desired vision and feeling into your body. I, initiate a series of behaviors that align with your vision, and you will T, transform your body, your mind, and your life. Though this process isn't easy peasy, fast and furious, or sweet and skippy every day, it is, for sure, the best stuff in town. Start living. Start live. We did it! We did it! We did it! We did this. You and I, we have read through this book. We are ready to read through it again. Oh, yes, I said that. We are ready to read through it again. We are ready to implement. We are ready for the repetition. We are ready for the transformation. Can I get an amen? All right now. Yes, yes. It's not over though. It is over. I'm kidding. It's not over though. I have an extra, it's like an extra chapter with a camp out, but I'm not going to read it. I'm going to tell it to you. Okay? There's an extra chapter. It's part 5, and it's called Your Happy Place. And I'm just going to tell it to you. Here's what's really important. It's important that you follow the 8 healthy habits and that you automate them, and you will listen. You know, if you're listening to this on the 11th video, you have no idea what I'm talking about, because I have fleshed out and really explained all this throughout the videos. So if you're hearing pieces and parts, you're not going to get the whole. Okay? I want you to get the whole world, not part of it. So please listen, because I'm recapping. All right? These are just bullets. All right? Little caps. When you practice these 8 habits and you automate them, as I explained, of the ritual, you're going to get healthy. You're going to get healthy in your mind and your heart and your body. And you know, all 3 of those are so important because it's holistic. It's sustainable. It's returnable, meaning that when you have a detour or a bump in the road, you know where to return to. It's like algebra. My teacher used to say, I want to see every step. Because in algebra, when you show every step on the paper, if you make a mistake, you just have to backtrack. You can see everything there because you haven't just been whimsical about it. You've thrown the marbles up in the air and been random. Everything's there for you. And that's what this is going to teach you. Everything's there. So all you have to do is return back to automating the ritual, and you get yourself back on a course correction. And so here's what I want to say. That 5th part, your happy place, is all about J-O-Y. Joy. When you have real joy, not fake joy, not fake smiling, not fake nothing, real joy. That means you have a lot of faith, you have a lot of gratitude, and you have a lot of just complete joy where you're just, it's great, it's faith and gratitude. You are going to be the healthiest being. Don't skip that part. Make sure you're laughing. I have a rule. I don't have any friends that don't laugh. When I meet people who don't actually laugh, they don't laugh much. I don't really want to hang around with them too much. Because when a person has laughter in their spirit, they have joy. It's actually a sign. It's a symbol that there is joy in their spirit somewhere. And when their laughter in itself is healing, it produces almost what exercise produces. It produces biochemistry of healthy hormones and neurotransmitters for your body. It also raises your vibration. So you're a good person to be around. Especially if you're laughing at real things, like not just like that nervous laugh, but real laughter, joyful laughter. I want you to reach your goals, and you can reach your goals. Please listen again, follow, take your notes, camp out. Please, teens and tweens, this is funny and fun. Everything I write is funny because I just told you why. Laughter, laughter, laughter. And paper coach. And I want to be really honest with you right now. I act like this when no one's around. I seriously do. I talk to myself in the mirror. And I act like this when no one's around. I don't know why. I think I was born like this. Some of you understand what I'm talking about. Anyway, paper coach. Make sure you get it. Thank you for letting me be myself. I'm a teacher. I'm dramatic. Thank you for appeasing me and letting me be myself. I really appreciate it because this gives me the utmost joy. And if it's ever constricted, I'm leaving. I worked one place one time where no one was in a good mood. I was teaching aerobics. I make jokes. I dance like a diva. I wear glitter on my face, and I play RuPaul. I love RuPaul, okay? And I play disco. You gotta like disco and house music. And everybody was serious, and I quit. After like a year and a half, I was like, no, I can't do it. I need joy. I need joy. And by the way, it's not healthy. It's not healthy. Find a tribe that aligns with your vibe. Okay? If I can give you anything, any message, you're worth it.